Good morning, everyone. So I wanted to address some concerns with me cutting down the palm tree, which was causing damage to my neighbors and my property. So palm trees contribute very little to pulling out CO2 from the air because of the lack of shedding leaves constantly. They do shed their leaves, the palm fronds, every so often, but really trees with more leaves and that shed those leaves more regularly pull tons more CO2 out of the air over the course of their lifetime. So what I'm showing here is these are the trees that I'm planting because I knocked down that palm tree. Why? Because I'm a tree lover, right? I'm a nature lover. Anyway, so I'm gonna go through these and I'm gonna name each one. Might need a little help from Google. So here, first off, we have an avocado tree. Itty bitty little guy. It's gonna grow to be a huge giant if I don't maintain it. My plan with these is to have them as much as bonsais as possible. And specifically with the avocado tree, I wanna keep it short so the avocados are close to the ground and I don't have to climb a ladder to grab them. And so this guy's gonna be trimmed and pruned regularly, which means he's going to be contributing to pulling out more CO2 from the atmosphere. Then this next one, in Spanish, in Puerto Rico, we call it Guayacan. It's this one right here. It's one of the strongest woods in Puerto Rico. Okay, so it says commonly known as rough bark lignum vitae, guayac wood or guayac wood. So this tree is native to the Caribbean, and it's a really hard, strong wood. And you can see the leaves are really small, which means that these little guys pull out tons of CO2 and the tree sheds them regularly, which means that I'm gonna have to work hard to keep the area clean, but it's gonna be pulling CO2 regularly out of the atmosphere. So the next one in line over here is a coffee bush. You could say coffee tree. Really, it's more of a bush that grows really tall. So a little background on this one is coffee bushes like shade. Okay, so normally when they plant coffee in the mountains, what they do is they'll plant either orange or mango or some big trees next to the coffee plants, and these trees will give the coffee shade, and that's and also these fruit trees, oranges, mangoes, some coffee drinkers, myself included, say that so trees are constantly releasing and pulling out chemicals from the ground, right? And different trees pull and release different chemicals, and this process is what we say gives the coffee a peculiar taste when it's planted near orange trees versus mango trees versus whatever other tree. Okay, so this guy's alone while he grows. I've been fertilizing him so that with some foliage fertilizer, so that it'll grow real quick. And so it'll take maybe 5 to 15 years for him to produce coffee beans, or coffee cherries is what comes from the coffee tree, and then from the cherry you dry it and you extract the coffee beans. Here to the left we have some flamboyant in Spanish. In English, I'll tell you what that's called. So it has a few names: flamboyant tree, flame tree, flame of the forest. So the scientific name for this tree is Delonyx regia. Yeah, so the name comes from the red flowers that it produces, and it just looks like the tree's on fire. It's pretty spectacular. Next, let's go with this one in the front. Let me pull you in a little bit closer. This guy in the front is a Neem tree, native of India. And these trees produce a fruit that has some chemicals that is a natural pesticide. You might have heard of it if you deal in the garden, because this is they use it for, I'm not sure if it qualifies as organic, but they use it for organic farming, so you don't have to spray pesticides, more chemical pesticides on your, your leaves, your garden, your food plants. So he's a bit sad because I pulled him out of the ground and transplanted him, but I think that this part right here is, he's holding on. So we'll see how this one survives. Over here we have a Trinitaria, I think it's Bougainvillea, yeah. Purple, all pecked at by the chickens, and chickens are terrible, man. They destroy everything they get their beaks on. Over here, there's the Caribbean cherry. In Spanish, we call it acerola. So my hope for this guy is to plant it either near the coffee plant, or I could do so many things with this one. I do have another one in the yard. I thought of maybe crossing this one with a lemon tree to see if the lemons or the Caribbean cherries get any different taste from being, they don't cross, like they don't breed one another, but what you can do is do a little notch and put a little branch of a lemon tree, and vice versa with the lemon tree, and a little branch from the Caribbean cherry. I forget what that process is called. If you like, put it down in the comments so I can see that you guys made it this far. And then the next one, this one right here, it's called Guaanabana. Also called soursop in English. So this guy is producing some nice leaves now. Fertilizing it also with foliage growth, so that we can get it nice and big before fertilizing it with something that'll stimulate it to produce fruit. Something you can do with your plants to stimulate the kind of growth that you want is to prune the branches. See this little branch right here that isn't contributing a lot? So branches consume a lot of nutrients. So what you can do is you can just prune any branches that have like very little leaves, so that the rest of the tree in this case has more nutrients, and you don't have to be, it doesn't have to waste energy feeding these leaves. And what you can do is you can place the leaves in here, and the leaves will decompose and feed the tree. Yeah. Do that. Just keep pruning here a little. And you don't want to leave it leafless. But you can prune it a little. Yeah. So I hope I've addressed some of your concerns. If you like this video or any other of my videos, please like and subscribe. I'll be talking about a whole variety of things. Anyway, like and subscribe, and stay in tune for future videos.